So let me get this straight. Apple has apparently done it again. They've taken a rectangular piece of metal and glass, the same one we've seen since the Obama administration, moved a few pixels, repositioned a sensor or two, and now they want us to believe it's a revolutionary leap forward. The iPhone 17 Pro Max leaks are out, and folks, I haven't laughed this hard since they called a $19 cloth Pro. But here's the kicker. As ridiculous, overhyped, and meme-worthy as these leaks are, I'm still irrationally excited because Apple has this terrifying ability to sell us the same toast and convince us it's artisanal sourdough. So strap in because we're about to break down the 10 most savage, absurd, and possibly genius leaks surrounding the iPhone 17 Pro Max. This isn't just a video, this is a full-blown tech circus, and I'm your ringmaster of chaos. Let's start with Apple's latest design stunt. The back of the iPhone has received what I can only describe as a minimalist facelift with commitment issues. Imagine the current iPhone layout, then slap a horizontal bar across the camera bump, and voila, you've got yourself a new design. This bar now houses a reshuffled arrangement of the LiDAR sensor and the flash, which have decided to live on opposite ends like they had a messy breakup. As for the cameras, they're spaced out now. That's right, the Pro Max's telephoto lens has officially decided it's too elite to hang with the others and has shifted slightly, giving it that I'm better than you energy. Apple's also experimenting with a two-tone aesthetic, which is basically a smooth matte finish with brushed aluminum edges, giving the vibe of a premium toaster crossed with an Apple Watch Ultra. Is it bold? Kinda. Is it new? Debatable. Will it make you drop $1,500 without blinking? Absolutely. In what feels like a weird time travel moment, Apple is apparently ditching titanium and returning to aluminum for the iPhone 17 Pro lineup. Yes, after spending the last 2 years hyping up titanium like it was plucked from the core of a dying star, Apple has collectively decided soda can metal is fine. Now they'll frame this downgrade as a weight-saving, eco-conscious, pro-simplicity decision. But we all know it's a glorified cost-cutting maneuver dressed up in Joni Ive poetry. Titanium felt solid, dense, luxurious, like holding a slab of prestige. Aluminum, it's light, bendy, and makes the iPhone feel more like a mid-tier MacBook than a flagship phone. But hey, on the bright side, you might finally be able to carry this Pro Max monstrosity without your wrist developing carpal tunnel by lunch. Small wins. Here's a big one. The telephoto lens is reportedly getting a massive upgrade from a sad little 12 megapixels to a full-blown 48 megapixel beast. That's right, after years of ignoring the telephoto like a neglected middle child, Apple has finally decided to give it a growth spurt. And now all three lenses, but wide, ultra-wide, and telephoto, will stand proudly at 48 megapixels each, forming what I call the holy trinity of overkill. So what does that mean for you? Well, it means you can now zoom in on a pigeon from across the street and count every feather in crystal clarity. It means you can stalk your ex's Instagram story reflection in the mirror behind them in stunning 4K. And more realistically, it means your photo library will balloon in size so aggressively that even a 2 tera iCloud plan will start wheezing. If 48 megapixel photos weren't enough, Apple is reportedly unlocking 8K video recording on the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max. Yes, 8K, as in your eyes can't tell the difference, but your storage can. This is a feature designed not for the average user, but for those who insist on filming their dog-licking peanut butter as if it's a BBC nature documentary. And here's the real kicker. Most people will still upload that footage to TikTok at 720p with compression so bad it looks like it was recorded with a calculator, but for those few who actually use iPhones for professional content creation, this is a game changer. Until, of course, the phone melts from the inside like a hot pocket, which brings us to hold up, I'm doing something absolutely unhinged. I'm giving away a Sotsu Flip Action Go 14 portable monitor when I hit 10,000 subscribers. To enter this very real and definitely not satirical giveaway, smash the like button like it just airdropped your browser history. Drop a comment with your favorite iPhone 17 leak and your most irrational tech pet peeve. Subscribe or face a future where every phone comes with Facebook pre-installed and unremovable. Winner will be announced once Apple adds a headphone jack, so never. But do it anyway. Apple finally realized that we're all just living in a never-ending Zoom call or Instagram story loop. So the selfie camera is getting a much-needed boost from 12 megapixels to 24 glorious megapixels of face-melting clarity. That's double the pixels to showcase your perfectly curated filters, or more realistically, your stressed out eye bags and slightly too high forehead lighting. This is great news for content creators and even better news for your front-facing anxiety. Expect clearer selfies, better low-light shots, and the ability to see every drop of sweat during your late-night FaceTime breakdown. Yay, technology. If the rumors are true, the iPhone 17 Pro Max could finally crack the 5,000 milliamp hour battery mark, which would be historic because Apple has treated large batteries the way they treat Android, with suspicion and disdain, but maybe, just maybe, we'll get a phone that lasts longer than one gaming session and a podcast binge. This would mean full day power even with 8K video doom scrolling and blasting Spotify while ignoring calls from your boss. Of course, this all depends on Apple's software optimization wizardry, not deciding to nerf your battery life after 6 months for your own good. Meet the A19 Pro chip, Apple's latest silicon flex designed to make your existing iPhone feel like a potato in comparison. This chip promises 25% faster performance and better efficiency, which is Apple code for you won't notice unless you're benchmarking it in a lab with lasers. But the A19's real purpose is to keep up with Apple's new AI features, background tasks, and over-the-top multitasking demands. It's smarter, cooler, hopefully, and more expensive to produce. Will it change your life? Number. Will it justify the price bump? Also number. But you'll still tell yourself it's worth it while financing it over 24 months. After years of hot phones that doubled as hand warmers, Apple may finally be installing a vapor chamber cooling system into the iPhone 17 Pro models. That means better heat dissipation, smoother performance, and hopefully fewer your iPhone needs to cool down before you can use it. Pop-ups while filming your 37th take of a TikTok dance. For gamers and content creators, this could be massive. For normal users, it's one less reason to feel like you're gripping a lava rock when you check maps in July. If true, this might be Apple's most underrated improvement this year. This one's simple but long overdue. The iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max are rumored to come with 12 gigabytes of RAM, finally catching up to the rest of the smartphone world that's been living in double-digit memory land for years. More RAM means smoother multitasking, less app reloads, and more headroom for Apple Intelligence to do its AI wizardry. It also means you can now keep 47 Safari tabs, Instagram, Final Cut for iPad, and 2 dating apps open at the same time without your phone collapsing into a black hole of lag. Welcome to 2025 Apple. And finally, Apple's pulling out the oldest marketing trick in the book, new colors. This year's palette includes a moody dark blue and a fiery orange that screams limited edition, even though we all know it's not. Add those to the usual black, white, and maybe natural titanium or whatever fancy beige they come up with, and boom, a fresh hype. It doesn't matter that 98% of you will immediately slap a case over it. The point is, you could flex a new color and that's enough for the pre-order dopamine to hit. So, which of these leaks actually excites you? Which one made you chuck your phone across the room in rage? And which one is going to get you to throw down $1,500 on a phone that records squirrels in 8K? Drop your chaotic opinions in the comments. Smash that like button like it just disconnected your AirPods. Subscribe for more unfiltered tech breakdowns, roasts, rants, and dangerously honest opinions. Next video, I'm diving into the Apple Vision Pro 2 leaks, aka the headset that costs more than my dignity. You do not want to miss that one. Until then, stay chaotic, stay prophetic, and stay far away from pre-orders until the reviews drop. Peace out. Drop.